Chapter 31. The one who died was just a student from the outer courtyard. You are listening at novelfull.audio. This is the descendant of that person, a top-level martial spirit with the bloodline of a divine beast, the ultimate fire. As for the student who was reduced to ashes, Taiwan Novel Network. Block the news. I will remove his student status in a while and destroy all the records of that person in Shrek Academy. He was just a student from the outer courtyard. Teacher Li felt a little disappointed. What a great thing that the one who died was just a student from the outer courtyard. However, facing the elder of the Sea God Pavilion, he was not important and could not say much. At the moment when Huo Yuhao lost consciousness, he had no idea what was going on outside. At this moment in the sea of spirituality, Huo Yuhao's eyes were dull. It seemed that he had not recovered yet. Hey, Huo Yuhao, where are you going? If I hadn't taken action, you would have been dried up. Huo Yuhao said with a dry throat. So where is my roommate? The Tianmeng ice silkworm saw Huo Yuhao's pain and sadness, and said helplessly, I woke up too late. After all, I just fell asleep. Who would have thought that you would encounter such a thing? Yuhao, you should hurry up and cultivate your soul power. If it weren't for me, even you would die. Huo Yuhao couldn't help but feel sad. The roommate who was still chatting just now disappeared in this world in a blink of an eye, and he saw it with his own eyes, but he was powerless. He has never hated and felt powerless for his own weakness as much as he does now. Then there was an extreme anger. I must let Shrek Academy ask for an explanation for my roommate. Can Shrek students in the inner courtyard kill people? But when Huo Yuhao woke up, he opened his eyes and looked at the middle-aged man in white in front of him. Teacher Li. Huo Yuhao recognized this teacher who would help them heal after physical training every time. Teacher, just now. Teacher Li interrupted Huo Yuhao and said lightly, you are fine now. Please forget what you saw just now, otherwise you will be expelled from the academy. This thing is given to you as compensation. I hope you are a smart person. However, how could Huo Yuhao accept it? He stood up with red eyes. Teacher Li, she killed someone. So? Do you want her to pay with her life? Huo Yuhao stood there in a daze. He was not stupid. How could Shrek Academy pay for the life of an outer courtyard student with the life of an inner courtyard student? Huo Yuhao said with difficulty, so, this matter is over. He dared not imagine that this was the Shrek Academy he had dreamed of joining. Don't think too much, just practice, and you will be strong enough to master the principles of the world. Teacher Li placed the green pill in front of Huo Yuhao and left. Looking at the other person's figure, Huo Yuhao was filled with anger and felt that his whole body was about to explode. Then, if one day the outer courtyard disciples killed the inner courtyard disciples, I also hope that the academy will be like this. However, Teacher Li did not care about Huo Yuhao's roar. A one-ring waist will be expelled next semester, although he also saw that Huo Yuhao was the most hard-working person in the class, but hard work is not worth mentioning in front of talent. Until the teacher's figure completely disappeared, Huo Yuhao couldn't believe that the matter had ended here. She killed people. No explanation at all. Looking at the green pill under his feet angrily, although he didn't know what it was, he could feel the strong vitality in it. It seems that if he eats it, he will get a big improvement, but he wants something that is exchanged for the ashes of his friend. Huo Yuhao, don't. He threw it directly into the lake of the Sea God Pavilion viciously. Then he turned around and ran to the teaching building, and went straight to Zhou Yi's office. Boom. The door of the office opened. As the most powerful teacher in the outer courtyard of Shrek Academy, his office would naturally be his own. Zhou Yi seemed to know that Huo Yuhao was coming, but he still didn't put down the things in his hands. Teacher, the inner courtyard students killed people. What does Shrek Academy have to say? Huo Yuhao slapped Zhou Yi's desk, very angry. However, Zhou Yi just drank a sip of tea calmly. Huo Yuhao, I know you are very angry. But this matter is for Shrek Academy. If it spreads, it will greatly affect the reputation of the school. So the academy will not publicly apologize for this matter, but will give his family a large sum of compensation. They have been able to provide them with food and clothing. If their offspring have the talent of a spirit master, the school will take them in and train them. The academy has been very kind to do this. She has not yet told the truth. After all, she is a new student of Shrek Academy. She may not pass the freshman assessment and will be expelled, so the school will not do anything to destroy the reputation of Shrek Academy because of a student who may not be in Shrek Academy in the future. Compensation. The person is dead, at least let her apologize. Huo Yuhao's demands were lowered, however, Zhou Yi still rejected Huo Yuhao. Let's stop here. Ma Xiaodao's situation is not optimistic. It is absolutely impossible to bring her excitement, otherwise, the Academy would not block the news, that is the owner of the ultimate fire, the top martial spirit of the divine beast bloodline. What's more, it is the offspring of that person. The true lineage of Shrek Academy. Once you fall into the evil spirit master, the impact is very great. Huo Yuhao hammered on the desk helplessly. Am I powerless and watch this matter go by? Okay, teacher understands your feelings, but your talent is too poor, you can only rely on hard work to catch up with the pace of geniuses. Zhou Yi still admired Huo Yuhao very much, that's why I told her so much. If you continue to make trouble, you will definitely be expelled from the academy. In terms of maintaining the reputation of the academy, the school has always put it first. Huo Yuhao finally lost heart. It turns out that Shrek's fairness is only fairness to geniuses. Mortals are not seen by the academy. What kind of academy is this on the continent? Huo Yuhao, please pay attention to your attitude. If Shrek Academy is what you imagine, then his parents will not exist. Zhou Yi said earnestly, genius, there will always be privileges. Privileges. Huo Yuhao's face was pale. He didn't expect that his teacher would be like this. What about his roommate? Just take it over. Watching him die in front of him without any explanation, and he himself was powerless. You should go back and have a good sleep and forget about it. Zhou Yi lay leisurely on the chair and picked up his work log. Besides, he was not his student. He was able to talk to Huo Yuhao so much because of his hard work. Besides, Huo Yuhao, you don't want to be expelled from Shrek Academy after working so hard to come here. Chapter 32 I Want It So Badly. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 32 Hot I Want It So Much. The frustrated Huo Yuhao walked out of the office. On the way, he saw two thin second-class students, who were Qiu Li's classmates. Huo Yuhao quickly walked up and asked. Are you Qiu Li's classmate? Luo Tianlong and Luo Tianbai instantly turned pale and waved their hands repeatedly. I don't know. That he left Huo Yuhao as if fleeing, because they're second class and everyone who knew Qiu Li were all told that he had been expelled from the academy. From now on, if anyone mentioned this name in Shrek Academy and anything related to him, he would be expelled immediately. After going through all the trouble to get to Shrek Academy, the best academy in the world, I don't want to be expelled because of someone else. Don't you just pretend you haven't heard of it. Although some people are curious, students who can go to Shrek Academy are not too stupid. The last straw that broke Huo Yuhao's heart was gone instantly. The speed of the academy is so fast. Qiu Li's affairs were banned at once, and even the name could not be mentioned. Shrek Academy? Is this Shrek Academy? So what's the point? Where is the fairness? Where is justice? Isn't it any different from the Duke's palace? He ran like crazy, venting the anger in his heart. Reason told him to let this matter go. Anyway, I have only known my roommate for less than 3 days, but what is the meaning of his practice? Is it just to take revenge on the Duke's palace? He thought of what his mother had taught him when he was a child, to live well in this world, live well. Huo Yuhao gradually became confused and lay on the lawn in a daze. Then suddenly I remembered someone, Jiang Bai. That's right. Brother Jiang Bai is so smart. I will definitely be able to give him the answer. So he ran back to the dormitory sweating like rain and knocked on Jiang Bai's dormitory door. At this moment, Jiang Bai's thigh pressed against Wang Dong's soft body, holding her whole body in his arms. Wang Dong in his arms was obviously sleeping soundly, and his saliva flowed out, hitting Jiang Bai's arm. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. He knocked on the door several times. It was so noisy. Who is it? He must be sick. Jiang Bai had the energy to wake up. Back then in the Star Do forest, not even the auspicious beasts dared to wake him up, otherwise the consequences will be serious. Brother Jiang Bai, it's me, Huo Yuhao. Huo Yuhao. Jiang Bai suddenly opened his eyes. Huo Yuhao is so courageous. It seems that I have given him a lot of good looks these days. Brother Jiang Bai, are you there? Huo Yuhao. You'd better be in trouble. Otherwise I'll let you get into trouble. Jiang Bai angrily let go of Wang Dong, put on his coat, and covered Wang Dong with the quilt. He opened the door with a look of displeasure on his face and saw Huo Yuhao, who looked like he was soaking in water. Then he was confused. Is it raining? Or you fell into the water? Huo Yuhao laughed miserably and said, Brother Jiang Bai, the senior of the inner courtyard killed someone. What the hell? A moment later, in Huo Yuhao's dormitory, Huo Yuhao told him the whole story, except for the Tianmeng ice silkworm incident. After learning the ins and outs, Jiang Bai has not yet recovered from the shock. He knew the original story, and Ma Xiaotao was like this, but Wang Dong and Huo Yuhao, if either of them encountered life-threatening danger, someone would stand up to protect them. If it were other students, it would have been cool. No, Ma Xiaotao must have lost her mind more than once. Could it be that Shrek Academy suppressed them all? What's more, it is in the inner courtyard of Shrek Academy and is strictly controlled by the elders of Poseidon Pavilion. Even if you lose control, you won't run out. Is it possible that the cabinet chiefs are all useless? Could it be that the pure Tang Shenwang has unleashed his power again? Tang San, okay, I'll take all the blame, right? Jiang Bai, if you don't take the blame, why should I take the blame? In fact, what Jiang Bai didn't know was that the person responsible for guarding Ma Xiaotao's practice today was Xuanzi, the supreme elder of the Holy Spirit sect, is working hard again. All I can say is, if you have the pot, just give it to King Tang Shen. He has always speculated on Shrek Academy with the greatest malice. Something happened at school, and I tried my best to hide it. Why is this routine so familiar? Shrek takes his reputation too seriously. I haven't seen that in the original work. Xuanzi leads the team to practice. The evil Soul Master's corpse explosion directly destroyed the inner courtyard team at that time. Yao Haoshuan was killed, Gong Yanma and Chen Zifeng were blown to pieces and barely managed to make a bonfire. Didn't Shrek Academy still have no expression? He also asked Huo Yuhao and his group of substitutes to work hard to maintain the reputation of Shrek Academy. Oh my god, the academy hasn't given you any benefits yet you are working so hard. The students in the outer courtyard didn't even know what was going on, nor did they know that Xuanzi, a 98th level super Douluo, was leading the team. He even directly forgave Xuanzi and suppressed the matter. After Mu'en died, Xuanzi took over as the head of the Poseidon Pavilion. The biggest elder of the Holy Spirit sect has a smooth career in Shrek Academy. Looking at Huo Yuhao, who had been filled with anger for a long time, Jiang Bai fell silent. He really didn't know what to say. In fact, this world was like this. Brother Jiang Bai, I'm not being unreasonable and I have to ask for an explanation. It's just that the things the academy did are too shameless, isn't it? Jiang Bai said it for him. Huo Yuhao, you have to know that this world is a world of strength, and fists are the truth. If you are the strongest, the rules are set by you, and you can do whatever you want. Huo Yuhao finally died when he heard what Jiang Bai said. So, is there no way now? Jiang Bai said helplessly, no way. How could they listen to you just because you are an outer courtyard disciple of the academy? On the contrary, the more you make trouble, the more embarrassed the academy will be, and the things you do will become more tricky. To put it bluntly, the outer courtyard disciples are what Shrek Academy shows to the outside world to maintain relationships, and the inner courtyard disciples are Shrek's own people. How could they be on the side of outsiders instead of their own people? Jiang Bai patted Huo Yuhao on the shoulder and instilled chicken soup for the soul. Huo Yuhao, don't worry, you will definitely become the top strong man of the continent in the future. You must practice well and strengthen your beliefs. Especially the word belief was said heavily. Don't forget that you are here to avenge Dai Hao, not to return to your roots. Otherwise, you will not be yourself at that time. Huo Yuhao's confused eyes gradually regained a firm look. Yes. He will definitely become the strongest man on the continent. In a secret room, there is a stunning woman lying flat on an ice bed. Her fiery red hair is scattered evenly, her whole body is wet, and her thin clothes are tightly attached to her skin. The white and red are intertwined. with a faint pink meaning. The figure is mature and charming, especially the plump mountains, which attract people's attention. She looks about 20 years old, but she is as mature as a peach. The woman keeps making humming sounds, which makes people imagine it's like falling into the magma of a volcano. Hot, so hot, I want it so much. Chapter 33. Don't come over here. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Water. I want water. A red figure gradually awakens. This is the owner of the evil fire phoenix, Ma Xiaotao. Ma Xiaotao twisted her body and subconsciously covered her chest. Then he woke up suddenly. The blood redness in his eyes had faded and turned back to red. Huh? Why don't I want it anymore? Writing this, I hope readers will remember our domain name Taiwan Novel Network. Bah, why am I not hot anymore? Ma Xiaotao suddenly sat down and saw that her clothes were wet and didn't know what happened. You're awake. At this time, the old man in white came to Ma Xiaotao and sighed. Xiaotao, you almost made a big mistake this time. That after experiencing the reign of life in the star forest, the power of the divine beast bloodline in Ma Xiaotao's body became even more mellow. What this brings is that the evil fire is even more difficult to suppress. It would be fine if it was a boy, but Ma Xiaotao is a girl. The old man in white looked at Ma Xiaotao with pity. As her cultivation improved faster and faster, the evil fire grew stronger. One day, he will be unable to control himself, swallowed by evil fire, and lose his mind. In the end, he just acted on the impulse of the beast. Xiaotao, do you still remember that an ice attribute power poured into your body and suppressed the evil fire in your body? Do you know where that ice attribute power came from? Ma Xiaotao shook her head in confusion. I don't know, I'm completely unconscious. In the past, she could act consciously, but now that the blood of the mythical beast has awakened again, it is no longer possible for her to feel the movements of the outside world while she is out of control. Just don't know. The old man in white breathed a sigh of relief. A student died in her hands, but she couldn't tell her. Otherwise, you will definitely be unable to control your emotions and fall into the evil fire again. The old man in white sighed and said, Xiaotao, the longer you suppress it, the more powerful it will be. Unless you choose to do what your ancestors did, stop practicing. Although she is the _1 genius in Shrek Academy, the academy cannot be ruined because of her. It ruined her even more. Ma Xiaotao was stunned. I really don't want to. Then he suddenly discovered that the evil fire in his body had been suppressed. Then he said stubbornly, No, teacher, I can still practice. The old man in white thought deeply. It seemed to be the power of the ultimate ice. But the academy did not find another owner of the ultimate ice spirit. He could only sigh and said, if only I found it. Otherwise, find a top ice martial soul and marry him. If you continue like this, it won't work after all. Ma Xiaotao's face turned red. She was only 20, but if it is really not resolved, I am afraid that I will bring immeasurable losses to the college. Ma Xiaotao fell into silence, then he spoke with difficulty. I understand, teacher. After experiencing this incident, the college did not reveal any news and seemed to have been forgotten. Huo Yuhao worked harder and devoted himself to cultivating his soul power. The days of freshman exams are fleeting. However, the results of the 3-3 grouping left Jiang Bai dumbfounded. Huo Yuhao, Wang Dong, Xiao Xiao. What's going on? Jiang Bai found Zhou Yi dissatisfied. Old lady, teacher. Why are they in groups of 3? Zhou Yi asked doubtfully. Isn't it possible? Wang Dong has the highest soul power in the class besides you. Is there any problem with Wang Dong bringing up Huo Yuhao, who has the lowest soul power? No, no problem. However, Jiang Bai reacted instantly. Teacher, why don't you form a team with Huo Yuhao? Zhou Yi said speechlessly. You go up and fight yourself. Who can beat you? She knew that this guy actually defeated third-year Su Sancher and Han Zong. Among the new students, a child is punched. So, I can't take the freshman assessment. You know, the freshman assessment has soul bones. He was not even allowed to participate. The college must be scared. Zhou Yi said earnestly, you have no part in the freshman assessment, but I'll wait until you join. The Ultimate Wood, Shrek Academy also conducted an investigation. His parents are unknown, and he was raised by the head of Shenhun village. He was born with full soul power and awakened the ultimate wood martial soul, but there was a 5-year window, and no one knew where he went. The academy remained suspicious of his identity. The students they train at Shrek Academy must be loyal to the academy. So, the college plans to compensate me for nothing? Why wait until he joins the inner academy and receives vigorous training from the academy? Will he be able to use it? Jiang Bai was a little angry. Isn't this something he can't afford? What's more, what if the innocent Tang Shenwang exerts his strength and directly makes Wang Dong fall over? No, I have to bully Wang Dong even more tonight. As long as her mind is entirely on herself, she won't be able to look at Huo Yuhao. At the same time, the trio of Wang Dong, Huo Yuhao and Xiao Xiao were training together. It has a full map of Huo Yuhao's mental detection plus mental sharing. It's so easy on the field. It's a pity that we can only form teams of 3 or 3. If it is a large-scale multiplayer battle, the more people there are, the greater the effect will be. Everyone was very busy during the freshman assessment, but Jiang Bai was the only one who was really bored. It has nothing to do with him. The privilege of being too talented troubles him too much. It was the academy that made him very unhappy. Forget it, let him continue to paint. Anyway, I will pack up and leave with Huo Yuhao next semester. You want to paint? Paint? Jiang Bai wanted to bully Wang Dong, but she was always out early and back late. Facing Jiang Bai's resentment, he just generously threw his meal card and gold soul coin savings card to her. Spend as much as you want, let her go for now. She was too tired, then she fell asleep. What a clean girl. She was too lazy to even take a shower. You can imagine how hard it was. They were going to get first place. Now Wang Dong and Huo Yuhao had no intention of melting their martial arts skills, which made Jiang Bai a little relieved. However, it would be even more difficult to win the championship now. Jiang Bai was embarrassed now. He was grateful for what he had done. If he bullied her again, he would feel that he was going too far, so he filled a bowl of hot water very considerately, then ran to Wang Dong's bed and took off her coat. Come on, stretch out your hand. Wang Dong raised her hand weakly. Come on, lift your legs. Lift it higher. Wang Dong didn't want to respond at all, and let him do it. In a daze, her whole body had been stripped naked, feeling the cool and hot big hands touching her. No, wait. Wang Dong's mind was blank. What did she do? Before she could scream, she was tied up again skillfully and her mouth was blocked. Holding her delicate body, she was put into the bucket. Thank you, miss. Come on, I will serve you, and I will make you comfortable. Watching Jiang Bai gradually walk into the bucket, Wang Dong shook his head again and again. Woo 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 woo, don't come over. Chapter 34. The auspicious beast has grown up and can be ridden. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Wang Dong resisted fiercely but was helpless. With a cry, it ended. Jiang Bai knew that he seemed to be a bit of a beast. You, get out, Wang Dong roared. He wrapped his body tightly in a white towel, but still exposed a large area of his snow-white body. There was a trace of tears in his vigilant eyes. Choo Choo is pitiful yet strong. Okay. I'm leaving. Jiang Bai knew that he could no longer provoke others, otherwise he would really become an enemy. Carrying the bucket, he left the room and finished cleaning up. Turn around and leave the room. By the way, do you want me to be responsible? Roll. Oh, that's good. You. Under Wang Dong's cold eyes, Jiang Bai turned around and came to Huo Yuhao's room. He doesn't have a roommate anyway. Brother Jiang Bai. Huo Yuhao looked surprised. What, you're not welcome? Jiang Bai lay directly on the bed opposite, not polite at all. Welcome. Welcome. Huo Yuhao smiled like a fool. With brother Jiang Bai by his side, cultivating soul power can get twice the result with half the effort. It's a pity that brother Jiang Bai doesn't like sleeping with him. Otherwise, he wished Jiang Baidian would be here all day long. If he knew what Huo Yuhao was thinking, he would probably run away. There is something wrong with your thinking. Jiang Bai, who was lying on the bed, stared at the ceiling and was stunned for a moment, thinking about what to do next. It's not like he hasn't thought about earning soul coins and organizing some soul guidance devices, but he is really too small, let alone the most powerful soul master in the world. Haven't you seen how lonely the Tang clan is? It was simply impacted by the soul guide. Without even a title Douluo, how could the Tang clan maintain its foundation? What's more, if you are so stupid, you have to believe in blue silver grass to become the leader of the Tang sect. If blue silver grass does not mutate, how many levels can it be cultivated to? He didn't believe that after 10,000 years of development, the Tang sect only played with hidden weapons and had forgotten the nature of a soul master. No matter how advanced soul tools are, they still have to be in the hands of high-level soul masters to achieve their greatest effect. Even if a mortal was given a level 12 soul guide, he wouldn't be able to use it, so for Jiangbai, age and strength are flaws. It's impossible for a titled Douluo to be loyal to him. As for letting the soul beast help him, that's even more ridiculous. A group of simple-minded guys owned the spirit-transferring pagoda built by Huo Yuhao. 10,000 years later, they were backfired by the spirit-transferring pagoda. It can only be said that the brains of soul beasts are definitely not as good as humans, and they are just fine as thugs. What's more, if he and Tian hadn't confessed that he had the God of Destruction test, they might have imprisoned him in the Star Do forest for the rest of his life. Tian can block the aura of human beings becoming gods. But a top god king like the God of Destruction is absolutely unacceptable. What can Tian do? Jiangbai can only be left alone. I hope this kid isn't so scheming and that the soul beast's efforts won't go in vain. Of course, when he becomes a dragon knight, aren't the soul beasts all from his mother's family? When the time comes, you will become a god. Let all the ferocious beasts in the Star Do forest become your souls, and fly directly with you. Just kidding, let Tian sacrifice him. It is better to kill him. Jiangbai was worried about what he should do next. By the way, why haven't the God of Destruction exams been completed yet? Is it possible that there is still a possibility between Huo Yuhao and Wang Dong? How should Tang Shenwang exert his strength? How can Huo Yuhao and Wang Dong fall in love? Jiangbai can't think of how to solve it. Looking at the super artifact full of destructive aura in his mind, if there was a system that allowed him to directly become a title Douluo, it would be a waste to think about it every day. Rush directly to the God realm and seize Tang San's bird position. Since he has nothing to do, Jiangbai is too lazy to stay at school. The freshman assessment takes several days, so I decisively asked for leave. The next day Jiangbai embarked on the road to Shenhun village. Go back to Shenhun village to stay for a few days and visit the old village chief. The old village chief, who is only a 3rd or 4th level possessor of the precious treasures of heaven and earth in the Star Forest, looks very energetic. I can live another 20 or 30 years, Jiangbai felt relieved this time. It was a dark and windy night with a high moon, and for the first time in a long time, I stood on the head of King Tangshan, shitting and peeing. After feeling refreshed, he set off towards the Star Forest. As for the next day, the old village chief saw a piece of shit on the head of the respected god king. Jiangbai could no longer see the furious scene. The Star Forest is full of lush branches and leaves, as if you are in a primeval forest, densely covered with jungle. Why? Star Forest, I'm back to greet your king. That the moment he saw Jiangbai, no matter how old the soul beast was, he immediately ran away. The devil is back. In 5 years, Jiangbai and Rui shows excitement disturbed the entire Star Do forest. In the past, auspicious beasts were not picky eaters, so they could just choose 1 or 2 soul beasts as food every day. The 2 soul beasts that were eaten considered themselves unlucky, but you have done evil. There is such a thing as Jiangbai. Together with the auspicious beasts, the soul beasts in the entire Star Do forest began to buzz. Roasted wings, roasted legs, roasted duck neck, etc. Even the bare paws of the dark gold terraclaw bear were not considered without consideration. Fortunately, Mr. Bear appeared in time, otherwise, his own people would be brutally murdered. However, Jiangbai and Rui Shou also knew that they seemed to be unable to continue like this. Otherwise, there would be no high-quality raw materials for barbecue in the entire Xingdou Great Forest, so I specifically removed the parts one wanted to eat, especially the wings of chickens, ducks, birds and beasts were removed directly. He dragged the little genius of the Biji clan, the 10,000-year-old emerald swan, Shaoqing. He removed the wings on the spot and treated the beast on the spot. If he nurtured them, they would grow again. Sustainable development means that there would be endless grilled wings. What could Shaoqing do? If she didn't help, she would have to be grilled. But for the soul beasts in the Xingdou Great Forest, it was a nightmare. It's better to die than to live. Jiangbai walked slowly in the Xingdou Great Forest, and soul beasts within 100 miles fled everywhere. At this moment, a violent vibration came from a distance, like a ball of golden flame, straight towards Jiangbai. Is it coming? However, he saw a soul beast as big as an adult lion, Jiangbai. Looking at the lion that was somewhat similar to the auspicious beast, he couldn't help but wonder, who are you? Little lion, because the auspicious beast looks like a lion, Jiangbai usually calls her little lion, which is concise and concise. Jiangbai. You are finally back. I thought you didn't want me anymore. The familiar words came out of the auspicious beast's mouth, and then suddenly threw Jiangbai to the ground. You, fuck. So heavy. Jiangbai was almost out of breath. No, you got up. If you don't get up, I will send you. The huge auspicious beast stood up, and slowly shrank back to the shape of a plush ball. This is her true appearance. Jiangbai. I learned how to grow bigger from Tian just to let you ride me. How is it, big? Jiangbai stood up and touched his butt, then picked up the auspicious beast. Not bad. Jiangbai. How long will you stay this time? Are you not going back? Chapter 35 Becoming a Dragon Knight is a long and arduous journey. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Jiangbai looked apologetic. I'm sorry, I just came back to see you this time. It will only last for 2 or 3 days. After hearing that it was only for 2 or 3 days, Roy Shou became obviously frustrated, but when I heard that he came back specifically to see me, I felt much better. Oh well, then he jumped down and grew bigger again. Jiangbai. Come up here and I'll take you to take a look at my roasted wings. They've all grown. The auspicious beast raised her head proudly. She had marked all the delicious ones, so none of them could escape. I want grilled wings. Although Jiangbai taught her how to barbecue, the taste of what he cooked was much worse than what Jiangbai made. She still likes to eat Jiangbai's food. Okay then. Let's go to the Lake of Life first. I want to see Tian first. Sitting firmly behind the auspicious beast, he immediately ran towards the core area of the Star Dou Forest, core circle, Lake of Life. The moment Jiangbai stepped into the Star Forest, Tian felt it. I want to meet her. You want to see the Lord? There is something very important. Tian nodded slowly, then just follow me. Watching the two of them fall into the water, the auspicious animal sitting there looked a little cute. Who is the Lord? Jiangbai went to find someone else. Didn't Jiangbai say he came back to see him? The little lion's face frowned. Something happened. At this time, passing through the familiar silver tent again, Tian shouted softly, Lord, the Son of Nature asks to see you. A cold voice sounded. The next moment, Jiangbai's body flew forward uncontrollably, disappeared in front of Tian. My lord. Tian bowed respectfully and left the place. The moment he saw Gu Yuna, Jiangbai's eyes lit up instantly. Sister Long was still so beautiful. He reached out and pounced on him. The latter did not resist. Hugs are okay. Sister, I miss you so much. Gu Yuna, feeling her soft body, so fragrant and soft. This is the real delicate body. Wang Dong's little girl has not grown out of her virginity, and all the bones in her body are shaking even when she sleeps and is held in her arms at night. I want her to eat more next time and she will be fat and healthy. What does it look like to be a man all the time? Suddenly, an extremely strong force knocked him away. You actually still think about other women? Jiangbai's face changed greatly. Are you peeking into my consciousness? However, Gu Yuna summoned a chair and sat down leisurely. If you want to play with women, first check how much you weigh. Although she is a soul beast and does not understand human emotions, but when it comes to spouses, soul beasts are single-minded, because the strongest party will definitely occupy the weaker party. How can it be shared? Of course, the scumbag Tian is another matter. Once you choose me, in my eyes, there are only 2 situations, one is a husband, the other is a widow. Jiangbai shivered all over. No, I will definitely surpass her. Then I'll wait for you. Are you still spying on me? There is something wrong in my heart. Jiang Bai no longer has any thoughts about Gu Yuna. He keeps peeking into his own thoughts and can't stop him. It's too much. It seems that he has a long way to go to become a dragon knight. The idea that any wife could spy on her husband would be unacceptable. Okay, stop reading. Gu Yuna felt the other party's displeasure and withdrew her consciousness. He said calmly, "What are you doing here?" When I saw Gu Yuna, I wanted to become a dragon knight and almost forgot what I wanted to do. Sister, I want to master the power of destruction. As the silver dragon king who controls the 9 elements, the power of destruction can be used freely in her hands. Now Jiang Bai has the attribute of destruction, but he cannot practice as he wants. It is really a destructive force and too rebellious. You don't listen to him at all, and if you use it casually, it will backfire on you. Just outrageous. Is that so? Gu Yuna came to Jiang Bai's side and held Jiang Bai's hand with her little hand. The next moment, the martial spirit rose uncontrollably from behind. The 7-color deer with the main green tone gradually turns into black. It turned into colorful black. From the rich power of life, it transformed into the power of destruction, full of extreme destruction and annihilation. Don't think about messing around, just follow my rhythm. Gu Yuna taught me step by step how to control the power of destruction. At this time, the violent and disorderly power of destruction was like a puppet on strings under the control of Gu Yuna. It's impossible to backfire on yourself. At this time, Gu Yuna let him know what absolute control of elemental power is. 1 day, 2 days. The auspicious beast sat on the shore of the lake of life, sitting in a daze for 5 days. No matter how she asked Tian, she would not tell herself where Jiang Bai had gone. Suddenly, Rui Shou felt that he didn't seem to be taken seriously. There is actually something that the beast is hiding from him. How abominable. At this time, the freshman assessment was already in full swing, although there is no martial soul fusion skill in the original work, but because of the life force Jiang Bai added to Huo Yuhao, his physique was greatly strengthened. Huo Yuhao is no longer a laggard in a team. There is a 28th level great soul master like Wang Dong, and his second soul skill is a 1,000-year soul ring. Nothing is broken. At this time, some senior officials from Shrek Academy had already appeared on the viewing platform, especially one who was in a mess and had bare feet, holding a wine gourd and a roasted chicken in his hand. Eat and watch. The people on the side didn't dare to say anything, because this is the 98th level Super Douluo who is only under the Pavilion Master of Poseidon Pavilion in Shrek Academy, Wuhuan Taotai Divine Ox, titled Taotai, Xuanzi. Mr. Xian, you are here. Wang Yan respectfully came to Xuanzi and greeted him in a low voice. Yeah. Xuanzi didn't even look at him, focusing entirely on his own eating and drinking. They're just a bunch of little guys, so what can we see? Shrek Academy's most indispensable thing is genius, obviously. In this session, in addition to the twin martial souls, there is also the ultimate tree. Wang Yan pointed to the audience and said, the 3 young people I mentioned were over there yesterday. Before Wang Yan could finish his words, he was directly interrupted by Xuanzi. Don't make any noise, I will look at it myself. Xuanzi hated others telling him what to do. He had a nose and eyes, so he couldn't see for himself. Wang Yan retreated helplessly. Wasn't he afraid that he would be blind? However, my own thoughts can only be rejected in my heart. At this time, there were still some complaints about Poseidon Pavilion and why he was sent out, although Xuanzi is now the strongest person in Poseidon Pavilion under Mr. Mu, but at first sight, it was very unreliable, and it was actually the same. Any matter assigned to Xuanzi, no matter how simple it is, can be turned into a big deal. The impression of unreliability has been deeply rooted in people's hearts. Wang Yan was afraid that he would delay the future of these children. Chapter 36. If you don't accept Huo Yuhao, you will definitely regret it in the future. You are listening at novelfull.audio. At this time, Huo Yuhao and the other 2 were in the biggest difficulty ever, because the opponent actually had a soul master. At this time, Huo Yuhao and Xiao Xiao worked together to stop Xie Huanyue, who was a soul master, and let Wang Dong face the 2 opponents alone, relying on her to be able to solve them directly, come back and combine the power of the 3 to fight against the soul master together. Xie Huanyue's second soul skill was directly lit up, and she rushed over suddenly. Although Xiao Xiao had a twin martial soul, Her melee ability was not strong. Seeing Xie Huanyue attacking, he stayed in place for a while. Xiao Xiao. Huo Yuhao rushed forward from behind and hugged Xiao Xiao's waist. He fell to the ground and rolled several times before avoiding Xie Huanyue's second soul skill. Do you think you can avoid it? A series of purple light balls chased Huo Yuhao again. Seeing that the purple light ball was about to attack, Huo Yuhao hugged Xiao Xiao and rolled again. Xiao Xiao, Wang Dong. Hurry up. If it wasn't for victory and not to waste the hard training, she would have wanted to admit defeat. It was really embarrassing and awkward to be hugged and rolled around like this. Alright. With Huo Yuhao's full map, Wang Dong quickly dealt with the three of them joined forces to fight against Xie Huanyue. Hehe, do you think you can beat me with 3 against 1? Xie Huanyue's third soul ring lit up purple. Let you know the gap between us. A strong purple halo instantly caught up with Huo Yuhao and Xiao Xiao's bodies, and directly knocked them out. At the same time, there was only one person left on the ring. Xie Huanyue, are you going down by yourself? Or should I take you down? At this time, Huo Yuhao and Xiao Xiao looked at each other, their faces pale. After all, they lost. Huo Yuhao blamed himself. It's all my fault. I'm still too weak. No, I didn't do my duty well. In Xiao Xiao's eyes, although she had twin martial souls, it didn't work. She was not as good as Huo Yuhao, who was even weaker than her. That first soul skill was too amazing. Otherwise, they wouldn't have achieved the current results and have the opportunity to challenge the championship. It seems that you all thought I was going to lose. Wang Dong patted the dust off his body, and his face was a little relaxed at this time. Originally, I wanted to hide myself. But I really want this championship. I won't pretend anymore. I'm going to show my cards. At this time, Wang Dong's feet also lit up, 1 yellow and 2 purple, Soul Master. Wang Dong is also a Soul Master. Are you the only Soul Master? Sorry, I am too. The next moment, Wang Dong spread his wings, and the goddess of light butterfly bloomed with gorgeous wings, which turned directly into gold. A red gold ball of light appeared in her hand, expanding at an alarming speed, and instantly became 1 foot in diameter. Wang Dong's entire body was shining with gold. Butterfly God slash. The ball of light suddenly hit Xie Huanyue. It was like a crescent moon, blooming with golden light and shadow. This contained 100 tyrannical light slashes, a completely powerful attack. Xie Huanyue's face changed drastically. He couldn't block it. How could it be possible? Even Soul Master and the others were at the same level. Fortunately, the referee was quick and blocked the attack directly. I won. Wang Dong clapped his hands easily. It's done, solved. So he turned around and greeted Huo Yuhao and Xiao Xiao. How is it? Am I strong? Huo Yuhao and Xiao Xiao didn't expect that Wang Dong was so well hidden. They thought they were going to lose. Wang Dong, you are so good. You even betrayed us. Huo Yuhao only received the nourishment of Jiang Bai's casual life energy, and he made up for the physical deficiency in his childhood. But she was bullied by Jiang Bai every day, and it was not in vain. Otherwise, she would not sleep. It was really too fragrant in Jiang Bai's arms, and her soul power rose involuntarily, although it was a little slower than practicing soul power by herself. But after all, practicing soul power cannot replace sleep, and you always need to rest, and sleeping can make you stronger. It's really too fragrant. Oh, if Jiang Bai was a girl. Wang Dong sighed in his heart. It's a pity, so you can sleep all your life. By the way, is there any way to make Jiang Bai a good sister? For a while, Wang Dong missed Jiang Bai after not seeing her for almost a week. The teachers of Shrek Academy on the high platform showed praise. Douluo, the director of the Wuhuan department of the Outer Academy, walked up to Zhou Yi and exclaimed, Teacher Zhou, you have taught 2 good students. Whether it is Xiao Zhao's twin martial souls or Wang Dong's top martial soul and soul master cultivation, they can all become core disciples of the Outer Academy. Teacher Zhou, please report them. I think they are qualified to become core disciples of the Outer Academy. When he heard that his students could become core disciples of the Outer Academy, he was a little happy for a while, but then he realized, too. Wait. Director Du, where is Huo Yuhao? She is the core and captain of the team. DouluoDalu was slightly stunned, then shook his head. No, he only has one ring, and the first soul ring is a 10-year soul ring, which is too weak. He can stay in Shrek Academy, which is already his usual efforts. It's a pity, can hard work catch up with geniuses? Douluo thought it was impossible. His peers had already become soul masters at best, while he only had one ring, and his first soul skill was only a 10-year soul ring. It was also the first time he saw a Shrek student with a 10-year soul ring as his first soul ring. If he was listed as a core disciple, outsiders would think that Shrek Academy had received money. It would damage the reputation of Shrek Academy. No way. Besides, he is a soul master with spiritual attributes, and there are too few soul beasts with spiritual attributes, so it is impossible to find a soul beast that is suitable for him. Maybe the second soul ring is still 10 or 100 years. In the later stage, the gap with the geniuses of the same age will become larger and larger, but Zhou was still unwilling and watched Douluo leave. Helplessly, he said, Huo Yuhao works so hard. He is the purest student she has ever seen. It seems that he has only one goal in his heart and practices towards that goal. Practicing without regard for his life, I believe that if the Wuhuan department refuses to accept Huo Yuhao as a core disciple, they will definitely regret it in the future. Looking at Zhou, who was unhappy, Fan Yu patted her shoulder. Don't worry, the Wuhuan department doesn't want him, but our soul guidance department does. Anyway, the soul guidance department has only so many people, but it is greatly funded by the academy. Come to the soul guidance department, and Huo Yuhao will not be treated unfairly. Zhou shook her head. No, now is the time to practice soul power. He is really too weak. No matter what, the use of soul guides now still depends on the soul master himself, unless there is a soul guide that can be activated without a soul master. Thinking of this, the usually cold Zhou couldn't help laughing a little, but how could there be soul guides activated by different soul masters? It's simply a fantasy. Chapter 37. Don't argue, Master Xian has his own ideas. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Poseidon Lake, shore. Mr. Xian, how do you feel? Wang Yan stood beside Mr. Xian and asked in a low voice, Xuanzi's martial spirit is the Taotai divine ox. Are you gluttonous? You can never stop eating, therefore, Xuanzi can never finish the chicken legs around him, because you don't know how much he pretends to be. Those two little guys are fine, let's use them as alternatives, and the other little guy with the original martial soul. What's more, that little guy has been making a lot of noise recently. I haven't given him any trouble yet, and he's already doing fine. Huo Yuhao was seeking the college's attitude for his roommate, and the senior management of Shrek College knew about it, but no one cared about it. He is just a disciple of the outer courtyard, body martial spirit. What about the original martial soul? Shrek Academy only accepts monsters, and until his martial soul has not mutated, it is not a monster, Mr. Xian said coldly. A little guy with only a 10-year soul ring, let him do whatever he wants. Wang Yan felt a little regretful. In the final analysis, it is also the original martial soul. It has the possibility of awakening, which means it has unlimited potential. It's a pity that Shrek Academy only looks at the present. Huo Gua, hello, is this Tang San? My cultivation level is too bad and I still need to pay more. When the time comes, Wang Dong will change my gender and become my wife, and prepare a second ring that is so awesome. Tang San, why don't you tell me that I will give you both divine thrones? Lao Xian, no, you misunderstood, I was just thinking about the Holy Spirit sect. Jiangbai, Yuhao, Wang Dong, stop thinking about it. Your orange will give you a good, fat son who will unify the entire Douluo continent. Douluo continent will all be yours by then. At this time, Wang Dong stopped pretending at all. The strength of the Soul Master, coupled with Huo Gua's full picture hanging in self-aiming lock, the third soul skill, Butterfly God Slash, can hit even with your eyes closed. The opponent has nowhere to escape. The bombing is over. Victory. Returned to the dormitory, Wang Dong tidied his clothes, then sat on the bed and stared blankly. Jiang Bai. Where have you gone? She also asked Huo Yuhao and said that she was going back to her hometown. Damn it. He was exhausted from taking the freshman exams. but he went outside to live happily. This guy is so perverted, he must have gone out to get flowers and weeds. Wang Dong felt a little flustered. I also feel a little regretful. If I had known that day, I wouldn't have been embarrassed. Isn't it just being touched? Ah. Shouldn't he be angry if he did that to himself? No words, they were seen and touched. Jiang Bai is simply a big bastard. Wang Dong was too lazy to practice his soul power today and just wanted to sleep. If only Jiang Bai was here, she could hang up again. I don't want a hug, so he hugged the pillow and ran to Jiang Bai's bed. She fell asleep hugging his pillow. This is her bed. It's not Jiang Bai's. On the other side, Huo Yuhao breathed fresh air. A faint smile appeared on his face. He is about to take first place in the Shrek Academy freshman assessment. Mom, did you see it? Your son will definitely become a great soul master. Don't worry, I will eventually get back the injustice you suffered. Make those who looked down on you and bullied you pay the price for the injustice you suffered. At this time, Huo Yuhao's eyes couldn't help but glow with a red light, and, Mom, you are wrong, Shrek Academy is not a great place, it's just a place where the strong exist and genius has the privilege. In this world, there is no so-called equality at all, the people below will eventually be looked down upon. Huo Yuhao's ambition is revenge. Asshole Jiang Bai. Okay, I said I want to come back to accompany me. As a result, he ran away in one day. At this time, Ruo Shou seemed to have endless anger in his heart, golden eyes filled with blood-red light. Jiang Bai stayed in the Star Doe forest for 5 days. Rather than spending a day with the auspicious beast, it's better to say it's half a day. Because all the time, Gu Yuna was in contact with the power of destruction, Ruo Shou is so depressed. So angry. Bastard Jiang Bai. I finally learned to grow bigger. Then he ran away. Run away, that she will never let Jiang Bai ride on her again. Absolutely not. Ruo Shou's eyes turned bleakly. She wants to change into a human. In this way, I can accompany Jiang Bai out. When the time comes, I will become a human and see how Jiang Bai still rides on me. Jiang Bai was walking in Shrek City when he suddenly sneezed. He touched his nose in embarrassment and said, "The little lion must be furious. But I have to come back." That he also didn't expect that he would learn to control the power of destruction from Gu Yuna for nearly 5 days. He also wanted to spend more time with the little lion, but he doesn't have time. Now that the freshman assessment is about to end, I have to prepare to run away with Huo Yuhao. What a coincidence. At this time, Huo Yuhao and the others had already won the semi-finals. A battle with Dai Huabin is about to begin. At this time, even the dean of Shrek Academy, Yan Xiaozhe, came to watch in person. Because the students from the external college this year are really too outstanding. There is Jiang Bai, who has the ultimate wood, and Wang Dong, who has the most beautiful spirit of the continent. The goddess of light butterfly, among the unique top beast spirits, the twin spirits Xiao Xiao, and Dai Huabin and Zhu Lu, who confuse their spirits. You should know that not every Dai family and Zhu family confuse their spirits. Those who confuse their spirits must be extremely talented and have a high degree of compatibility, and their spirits are also the top existences. As for Huo Yuhao, who has his own spirit, he was put last. There are too many geniuses in Shrek, and it is better to train more geniuses than to fund his spirit's second awakening and training. As I said, the future is promising. There are too many geniuses in Shrek Academy. And it is really not Huo Yuhao's turn. What's more, Huo Yuhao made a fuss before and wanted the academy to give an explanation. What explanation? Ma Xiaotao is his disciple. At this time, Yan Xiaozhe smiled and said, Wei Luan, who do you think will win today's game? Du Weiluan laughed and said, Dai Huabin, they have martial soul fusion skills. Wang Dong and the other two are no match for them, not to mention that Dai Huabin and the other two are soul masters. But Huo Yuhao's 2 teammates will have no problem entering the Shrek inner courtyard in the future. At this time, Huo Yuhao looked at Dai Huabin with anger and hatred on his face, but he had been prepared for a long time and had tried his best to convince himself. He was no match for Dai Huabin at all. The 6 people walked to the competition venue. The referee gave an order. The game begins. Wang Dong directly spread his wings and occupied the high altitude in Huo Yuhao's full map. Xiao Xiao ran in front of Huo Yuhao and used his body to help him. and also summoned the 9 phoenixes Lai. Yi Xiao, although Xiao Xiao was not good at close combat, he would not be like Huo Yuhao, a soul master with 1 ring that would break at the touch. White Tiger, possess me. Dai Huabin directly entered the state of martial spirit possession, with a majestic aura wave after wave, the 3 rings under his feet lit up directly. Chapter 38 The Sea God is coming. Dad is coming. You are listening at novelfull.audio. In fact, the martial spirit of the Dai family, the evil-eyed white tiger, not just the top beast martial soul, the evil eye can also be cultivated, but the Dai family has spent thousands of years exploring a perfect soul ring system. It will definitely not change again, otherwise, Huo Yuhao would not have mutated his martial soul and awakened his spiritual eyes. At this time, Huo Yuhao and the others were about to lose. Even though Huo Yuhao has the whole map, the gap in strength between the 2 sides is really too big, but flying in the sky, the power of the butterfly god / is quite powerful. Finding the right opportunity, Wang Dong directly attacked the east and west and directly sent the great soul masters Ji out. Now, 3 against 2. How's it going? As the old saying goes, it's better that I have better judgment. At this time, Xian Duo, the dean of the Soul Guidance Department, laughed. I just made a bet with Yan Xiaozhe and won it quickly. Yan Xiaozhe said calmly, the little girl who plays the flute and the cauldron has been using up a soul skill to play the flute. Once the little black cat loses her soul power, it is really possible for them to win 3 against 1, but it's a pity. Dai Huabin didn't want any accidents to happen, so he shouted directly, Zhu Lu. Clear. Dai Huabin roared loudly and directly hugged Zhu Lu in his arms. The auras of the white tiger and the ghost civet completely blended in at this moment. The black and white lights merge into one, transformed into a huge white tiger. His whole body is snow white, with white hair and black stripes, and purple eyes, staring coldly at Huo Yuhao and the others. It's over. Feeling the power of the martial soul fusion technique, Xiao Xiao gave up completely. How to win? The same was true for Huo Yuhao and Wang Dong at this time. Wang Dong threw a butterfly god / unwillingly, but Bai Hu casually swatted it away. Xiao Xiao said with difficulty, how about we give in? Wang Dong was really unwilling to give in. Then he looked at Huo Yuhao and said, Yuhao, come here. Xiao Xiao, give me some time. The 3 cauldrons beside Xiao Xiao bloomed instantly, and circles of black light spread. With a bang, the 3 tripods combined into one to erupt with unprecedented power. She was trying her best. The most important weapon of the country, the shock of the tripod. The sudden shock wave blocked the attack of the netherworld white tiger under the accurate guidance of mental detection. However, in less than a second, he was shot away, and the petite Xiao Xiao was also knocked away. At this time, Huo Yuhao quickly came to Wang Dong's side, and then a burst of intense white light bloomed. Martial soul fusion skills. Jiang Bai. Funny. Binking Yuji Tang Shenwang has exerted his strength. Jiang Bai was speechless for a moment. No, after he did that, these 2 people can still use martial soul fusion skills. Someone doesn't even want to lose face. At this time, Wang Dong and Huo Yuhao suddenly felt a strange feeling. However, Wang Dong quickly came to his senses and didn't think much about it. Huo Yuhao, hurry! Huo Yuhao's spiritual eyes bloomed, and a ring rose, directly hitting Wang Dong's mind with a mental shock. The next moment, Wang Dong exuded a power that did not belong to him. A strong azure aura emanated from his body. Holy, holy and profound. The Shrek executive standing in the spectator stand all exclaimed. Especially Yan Xiaozhe's eyes lit up. The ultimate water. Then there was a look of pity on his face. If only it was the ultimate ice. But then again, isn't the goddess of light butterfly a light attribute? What does it have to do with water properties? This time I really hit the barrier of my own knowledge. Jiang Yi, who was watching the battle on the sidelines, couldn't help but complain. Almost scared him to death. How could there be a martial soul fusion skill? Huo Yuhao and Wang Dong are not familiar with each other. But how did these 2 people think of using their spiritual power to attack the restrictions set by Tang Shenwang in Wang Dong's Sea of Consciousness? Channel the forbidden power to launch an attack. What a genius! The ultimate water. Are all Poseidon's gods? It is much stronger than ultimate water. Majestic power emerged from Wang Dong. Not good. Instantly enveloped the entire arena. The referee was dumbfounded. What should I do? This is the new life, the power that Soul Master can explode. He seems to be unstoppable. Oh my God, someone come and save me. At this time, DouluoDalu, the teaching director of the martial arts department of Shrek Academy, instantly burst out with his power. 8 rings surround the whole body, contra. He came directly to the middle of the battlefield and resisted with his body. Not good. This is not only the power of ultimate water, but also powerful spiritual power. Whose power is this? It's absolutely impossible to be her power, and DouluoDalu can't stop it at all. Yan Xiaoxia's figure flashed, grabbed DouluoDalu's chest and threw him out, and then a ray of extreme white light suddenly burst out from his body. The loud cry of Phoenix resounded in the sky, and a golden phoenix appeared on his back. He caught the attack very easily. Good. Looking at Wang Dong, his eyes softened. The ultimate water, although it is not as good as ultimate ice, it can completely help Ma Xiaotao solve the evil fire problem, but extreme water can also relieve it. Little girl, where does the strength that doesn't belong to you come from? Wang Dong's face was pale, and it was obvious that she had been exposed to the power of the restriction, which had caused great damage to her mind. It didn't calm down for a while. Faced with Yan Xiaoxia's questioning, Wang Dong embarrassedly summoned his second martial spirit. Clear Sky Hammer. It's the Clear Sky Hammer. He is actually from the Clear Sky sect. DouluoDalu was shocked. The background check did not reveal that she was from the Haotian sect. Haotian sect has not been born for 100 years and has become completely hidden from the world. I didn't expect that there would be people now. At this moment, Yan Xiaoxia could guess the power in her body. He should be an elder of Haotian sect. After all, as the former number 1 sect in the mainland, although it is hidden from the world, its heritage is still profound. It wouldn't be a surprise even if there is an ultimate Douluo. Wang Dong looked at everyone's surprised expressions and then took back the Clear Sky Hammer. There is quite a feeling of who my father is. Haotian sect. Huo Yuhao scratched his head, as if he had heard of it. Yan Xiaoxia. The first place in this freshman assessment is Wang Dong, Xiao, and Huo Yuhao. After the announcement, he turned and left. The next thing will be left to DouluoDalu. You did a great job. Unfair. Dai Huabin looked in disbelief. He actually lost. Then he pointed at Wang Dong angrily. He used power that does not belong to him. DouluoDalu snorted coldly. The power in him belongs to him. If you don't accept it, why don't you use it? Dai Huabin was speechless. He wanted to use it, but did he have it? After the blue light appeared, he felt an invincible force. Didn't you see that the Dean of Shrek Academy personally took action? Yes, his background is really too big. Obviously the other party owns the Clear Sky Hammer and his status is more noble than his own. The 3 people who won the victory were obviously very happy. Although Wang Dong used power that was not his own, others didn't know it. What's more, Wang Dong's identity as a member of the Haotian sect was exposed. He was already handsome when he disguised himself as a man, but now he gained the admiration of many women. However, Huo Yuhao and Wang Dong were still immersed in disbelief. After all, even Wang Dong himself did not know the restrictions in the Sea of Consciousness. She admitted that she was gambling. The bet was right after all. We won. We are the champions. Chapter 39 Laugh. Huo Yuhao can no longer laugh. You are listening at novelfull.audio. When in doubt, Dad comes. Wang Dong discovered the restriction in the Sea of Consciousness, and it was Huo Yuhao's Tianmeng Ice Silkworm that discovered it. Taiwan Novel Network. That he has a deep understanding of mental power. When using mental detection and mental sharing, it is inevitable to connect to the mental power in the Sea of Consciousness of teammates, so Wang Dong's weirdness was discovered. Who is a good person who would do something to his own memory? After Huo Yuhao explained the reason, Wang Dong remembered whether his memory before the age of 6 was sealed here. Unfortunately, the restriction was too strong, and even the Tianmeng Ice Silkworm was helpless. It was not like the power in Douluo continent at all, and even the extreme Douluo definitely did not have this kind of power. Brother Jiang Bai. You are back. At this time, Huo Yuhao saw Jiang Bai coming and ran over excitedly. Brother Jiang Bai, we won the championship. Congratulations. Jiang Bai dodged Huo Yuhao in an instant. How could a man hug each other in public? Isn't her body fragrant? He then came to Wang Dong and hugged him without hesitation. Congratulations. You get out. Wang Dong wanted to talk to him nicely. After all, he ran away last time he was mean to him, but when he saw Jiang Bai's face, he was so angry that his teeth itched. He hugged so tightly that I could hardly breathe. This bastard did it on purpose. How to make her soften? Warned, we are outside now. You don't want to be misunderstood. He is now a woman dressed as a man, Jiang Bai said meaningfully, then let's talk about it all night. Get out. Wang Dong glared at him unhappily. At this time, Zhou Yi came over. As their class teacher, he was naturally very happy to win the championship. Congratulations on winning the championship. If nothing unexpected happens, you will be regarded as the core disciples of the outer courtyard, and Yuhao can also join the Soul Guide branch. But now you have to focus on improving your own strength, don't put the cart before the horse. Got it, thank you teacher. Huo Yuhao asked in confusion, what is a core disciple? There will be rewards for each freshman assessment. Except for 5 years ago, there was a soul master among the freshmen. Only in your class will there be a soul master again. I estimate that the rewards will be very good, but you will definitely get the status of a core disciple. Zhou Yi explained, core disciples, as the name suggests, are trained with emphasis, will be regarded as the direct line of the academy, enjoy resource tilt, and will definitely be able to enter the inner courtyard if nothing unexpected happens. When he heard that the core disciples would enjoy the most practical meals every day, his face showed a happier look than winning the championship. However, Zhou Yi looked at Huo Yuhao with a look of pity. This class is really too good, Huo Yuhao can't even get a number, the academy needs to train too many people, and it is very likely that Huo Yuhao will not be given the status of a core disciple. Let's not talk about it today. The championship he just won cannot make him discouraged. You should go and have some rest. Go to the dean's office tomorrow morning to receive the award. The four of them returned to the dormitory. Wang Dong watched Jiang Bai walk into Huo Yuhao's room, and suddenly became a little unhappy. This bad guy has his own dormitory, why does he run to other people's dormitories every day? Brother Jiang Bai, a core disciple. I will be trained by the academy, is it going to take off? Huo Yuhao was very excited. Being recognized by others was even more exciting than winning the championship. Don't worry, mother, the time for my revenge is not far away. However, Jiang Bai had a deep and heavy face, as if he wanted to say something to him. What's wrong, brother Jiang Bai? Yuhao, you may need to prepare yourself mentally. Hearing brother Jiang Bai's tone, his heart was suddenly hanging. What preparation? Huo Yuhao couldn't laugh anymore. Do you know who the Shrek executive who tried to stop Wang Dong today is? What? It's the master of the inner courtyard sister who killed your roommate, the dean of Shrek Academy, so, Huo Yuhao's heart suddenly sank. Brother Jiang Bai, the academy won't be so stingy. Jiang Bai ruthlessly told him the truth. In addition to the champion team, there will definitely be 1 or 2 extremely high geniuses who will be accepted as core disciples in each session, let's count them as 5. Among the freshmen now, the Extreme Wood, Xiao Zhao's twin martial souls, Wang Dong's twin martial souls, Dai Huabin and Zhu Lu can perform martial soul fusion skills, and they are all soul masters. Speaking of which, I may have taken your place. Huo Yuhao felt cold instantly, the excitement of winning the championship disappeared in an instant. We are the champions. Huo Yuhao couldn't accept that he couldn't become a core disciple after defeating Dai Huabin, while his enemy became a core disciple. This is unfair. His face suddenly became ugly. Maybe I said something wrong. Jiang Bai knew that a little provocation would be enough, it would be bad if it was too much, so he turned around and went back to his dormitory, leaving Huo Yuhao alone in a daze. As soon as Jiang Bai entered the door, he heard Wang Dong's roar and snow-white body, asshole. You, get out. Wang Dong buried himself in the bucket and broke in when she was taking a shower. This bastard did it on purpose. Why didn't you knock when you came in? Jiang Bai was really speechless. It was so troublesome. He returned to his dormitory and had to knock on the door. "Come on Wang Dong, let me help you. I know you can't reach the back, so I'll give you a bath." You. Don't come over." Wang Dong covered his chest and leaned back tightly. After a while, Wang Dong, who looked pale as if he had been bullied, stared at the ceiling blankly. With disheveled hair and just a bath towel on his body, he was lying on the bed doubting life. "Obviously I'm already a soul master, why can't I beat you?" Wang Dong didn't care at all that his love affair was leaked. This guy is a big bastard. "Huh, aren't you afraid of needle eyes?" But he still rolled up the bath towel and pulled it up a little to cover the white snow on his chest. At this time, Jiangbai was packing his things to see what he needed to bring. Throw away whatever is left useless. Now, Jiangbai is about to run away. "What are you doing?" Seeing Jiangbai crackling made Wang Dong upset. "See if there's anything valuable," Wang Dong said casually. "There must be something more valuable than my card." Jiangbai's body stiffened. Yes, this rich woman is very rich. Although the Haotian sect asked him to disguise himself as a man and come to Shrek Academy, there was no ambiguity at all when it came to the gold soul coins. It's simply astronomical. Jiangbai just stopped doing it and threw it all away. Then he would just run away with Wang Dong's card. Then he threw Wang Dong on the bed and skillfully pulled her over. "Wait. I'm not dressed yet." Before Wang Dong finished speaking, his big hand reached out. I wanted to scream again, but my mouth was immediately blocked, being held tightly in his arms. "It doesn't matter. Where on your body have I not seen?" Regardless of Wang Dong's struggle, his thigh collapsed on her body with great force. "If you don't bully, you won't be bullied." After she runs away, she will be completely liberated. "I'm sure I'll still think about myself when the time comes." Of course, Jiangbai did not forget to say Gonghua. "Wang Dong, you'd better figure out where the restriction in your mind comes from. What kind of evil person put this ban in my mind? He must not be a good person." You. Chapter 40. The gap between people is now as big as the sky. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Early in the morning, all the students who passed the freshman assessment gathered at Shrek Square, waiting for the upcoming rewards and the subsequent class division. At this time, Douluo, the director of the Wuhuan Department Teaching Department, came here with dozens of teachers. Among them was their class teacher, Zhou Yi. At this time, Douluo held a folder in his hand, indicating the list of those who successfully completed the freshman assessment and stayed in Shrek Academy to continue their practice. Compared with the beginning of the school, nearly 2/3 of the people were reduced at once. Second place, Dai Huabin team. Team members are Dai Huabin, Zhu Lu, Cui Yiji. Stand out. Dai Huabin was reluctant. They were obviously sure to take the first place, but they got the second place. They didn't care about the first place reward, but the qualification of core disciples. As a big family, or a person like the White Tiger Duke, they naturally knew some inside information. Only core disciples will receive the resources and attention of the academy and be able to enter the inner courtyard. More importantly, they are qualified to challenge the position of the Shrek 7 Devils, but all this is out of their reach. Dai Huabin clenched his fists, feeling very unwilling. Next, let's welcome the final champion of the freshman assessment, Wang Dong's team, whose members are Wang Dong, Xiao Xiao, and Huo Yuhao. As Douluo finished his announcement, the whole square burst into warm applause. Huo Yuhao and the other two were stunned. Due to Huo Yuhao's special nature, they had originally signed up for Huo Yuhao's team, and Huo Yuhao was the captain. Why was it Wang Dong? Wang Dong knew that Huo Yuhao and Jiangbai had a very good relationship, and waved her hands repeatedly, saying, "Huo Yuhao, I really don't know what's going on." That she was afraid that she would be treated differently by Shrek Academy because of her relationship with the Haotian sect. She didn't need to. On the contrary, it would be unfair to Huo Yuhao. Huo Yuhao forced a smile and said, "It's okay, I still believe in Wang Dong's character." The three of them walked forward, and Wang Dong and Xiao Xiao looked at each other, and both deliberately fell behind half a step, letting Huo Yuhao walk in front. Okay, now I will announce the rewards for the top 3 teams in the freshman assessment. Not only will each person receive abundant resources, but each person can also make a request to the Academy when they need a soul ring, and the Academy will assist them in obtaining the soul ring that they can bear and is most suitable for them. Since Wang Dong's team won the championship, they will receive 2 soul bones as a reward. Soul bones? As soon as these words came out, the whole audience exploded. That's a soul bone. And it was taken out by Shrek Academy, so it must not be garbage. At this time, Dai Huabin's chest was full of anger. That's obviously theirs. So he stared at Wang Dong, wishing he could fight with them. As long as it's not that kind of weird power, they are definitely not their opponents. Next, let me read out the list of core disciples selected by many teachers of Shrek Academy in this freshman assessment. Jiang Bai, Wang Dong, Xiao Xiao, Dai Huabin, Zhu Lu, Lan Susu, Lan Luoluo, Ning Tian, Wu Feng, Xie Huanyue. Wow! Jiang Bai and the others all knew that Jiang Bai was a hot figure in the outer courtyard. He was a soul master and the ultimate wood when he entered the school. He also defeated the third-year senior, the soul master with the top beast spirit. He shocked the entire Shrek Academy. Even the students in the inner courtyard heard about Jiang Bai's deeds. Now Su Sancher was nailed to the pillar of shame. He became the school beauty even after pursuing the school beauty. Now it has been spread that the school beauty Jiang Nannan fell in love with Jiang Bai and gave birth to a son for him. Since then, Su Sancher has been much more honest and has become silent, but for Jiang Nannan, it was finally liberated. As for those messy rumors, they are just some rumors. Can they be more annoying than Su Sancher? I said it wrong. After knowing the core disciples, Lan Susu and Lan Luoluo have the martial soul fusion skill, so it is reasonable for them to be favored. Ning Tianwufeng came from the 9 treasures glazed sect, and his own strength cannot be underestimated. All of a sudden, many eyes were focused on Huo Yuhao. How could a one-ring soul master become a core disciple? None of those who passed the freshman assessment and stayed were one-ring, however, except for Class 1, no one else knew the amazing power of Huo Yuhao's first soul skill. They all thought that Huo Yuhao was the one who was carried away. If any of them replaced him with a one-ring waist, wouldn't he be able to get first place? Sure enough, the teachers in the academy were all discerning and didn't let this idiot become a core disciple. Otherwise, some people would really be dissatisfied. For example, the only 5 soul masters among the freshmen. Du Weiluan coughed a few times to attract attention back. Since Huo Yuhao was not selected, the academy will give compensation to meet the wishes of an academy within its capacity. Moreover, the Soul Guidance Branch has a high opinion of Huo Yuhao and allows him to join the Soul Guidance Branch. When Du Weiluan talked about core disciples, Huo Yuhao, Wang Dong and Xiao Xiao all thought of what teacher Zhou Yi said yesterday. Moreover, as the top freshmen, Wang Dong and Xiao Xiao's names were at the front, and they were instantly happy. However, Huo Yuhao's name was not on the list. Huo Yuhao was stunned. In an instant, he felt as if something was emptied in his heart, and his face suddenly turned pale, especially when he saw Dai Huabin's ecstatic expression. It hurt his heart even more. Why? Du Weiluan smiled and said, Huo Yuhao's soul power is too weak. If he is promoted to a core disciple, the freshman will definitely not accept it. Of course, if you can defeat any of the core disciples, you can replace him as a core disciple. Du Weiluan walked in front of Huo Yuhao, patted his shoulder and said, Don't worry, your talent is seen by the academy, and you will be considered as a core disciple in the future. Ha! Why? Why? Since he entered Shrek Academy, he has been working hard. When others are resting, he is practicing, and when others are lazy, he is practicing. Worked hard with his companions to win the championship, but I am not a core disciple. Why? However, let him challenge a core disciple to replace him. Wang Dong couldn't bear it, and whispered to Huo Yuhao, Why don't you challenge me? Core disciples don't matter to me. It's just a title. Can Shrek Academy compare with Haotian sect? Shrek Academy can't be like Haotian sect, which can put all its resources on itself, so apart from a title, it doesn't matter to Wang Dong. No need. What he pursued was actually unimportant in the eyes of others. Although he knew that Wang Dong didn't have that intention, he deeply felt the direct gap between people. Even in the academy, it was the same. If Wang Dong was also a ring, would Shrek Academy be like this? I guess not.